again. This
Hello.
is Lisa and Henry to tell you a little bit more or to clarify some of the details about your digital artifact submission for the Interprofessional Learning and Practice module. Firstly, we want to remind you that you can use any digital format to answer the coursework brief. You might choose to do an animation or film yourself doing a drama or dance movement presentation. You might wish to write a poem or do a blog, yes, or show us a sound tray, or show some artwork. There are lots of different possibilities, and we encourage creativity and imagination as part of this creative arts opportunity. So try to let your imaginations run free with that and use some of the different media that are available to you.
And your submission you'll need to find a way to reflect on your experience of all 3 or 4 of the workshops you attended, so not just based on one, just to be really clear about that. And of course, personal reflection is welcome, along with any links you make to clinical practice.
In fact, it's not just welcome, it's integral really to this submission, isn't it? It is a subjective representation of your experience. On that note, the digital artifact can be an explication of your experience, or it can be a more pure artistic expression, but it's important to provide a context. So possibly or probably at the start of the digital artifact, to provide some kind of context to help frame the viewer's experience, to lead in with what we're about to see.
And just remember that your submission can be no longer than 5 minutes or 1,500 words, and you will be penalised if it goes beyond that, so take care. And the reference list, of course, is not included in that word count.
But the reference list is important to include within the digital artifact, not as a separate submission. It needs to be integrated somehow into what you are presenting. It could be, for example, that you type out the reference list. It needs to be normally and appropriately formatted as for all academic submissions, and do a freeze frame of that at the end of the film or the blog.
And now for the actual submission. So you need to be aware that Moodle only supports a small file size, and so one way around that, with film particularly, is that you could create a link. So for example, you could submit a Word document that says something like, "Dear tutor, please find the link below to my digital artifact," and then you will need to find an electronic repository such as Vimeo, for example, which is a private domain, so you might want to have a private, an encrypted password for that submission.
Which your tutor would need to have.
Yes, which you'd need to supply on that document, the password. Or you might want to put it on YouTube, but just be aware that that is the public domain, and so you want to be thoughtful about who you want to be able to see this submission. And now finally, Lisa's just going to say something about the actual submission boxes on Moodle.
Yes, when you look on the module site, you will see that there is one portal to upload your attendance register. Now that's for all the Arts and Play Therapies programs together, but when it comes to submitting the actual digital artifact, that will be program specific, so you will need to click on the link to your particular program, and that's where you will have the submission portal for the artifact itself.
We hope that's clear. We really look forward to seeing your artifact, and just remember that the markers of those artifacts will be program specific, and we look forward to seeing your creativity.
Very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.